Gold flows through the air like a quiet celebration. After weeks of work, the vision is finally taking shape. I'm Dawn Okoro, and I'm one of the artists for Meow Wolf Houston. Meow Wolf is like an amusement park for art. In this series, I show you how I made my art piece, The Liberty Vault. Time is ticking. My goal was to finish the project in under 25 days. We're now on day 16. Hurricane Beryl did set the project back by a couple weeks. Meow Wolf is flexible about letting me add more work days, but I don't think I'll need to. When I first laid out my production schedule, I added in a little bit of wiggle room just in case. There's still a lot to do. I've made a ton of progress in the past few days. This room is going to be even more shiny as I continue working. I'm so grateful to have an assistant to help me out for the remainder of the project. My husband Shane is here. Let me show you what we're working with here. We're gluing thousands of these little foil sheets on the wall. It's great having an extra set of hands because working with gold leaf can be pretty tedious. The foil is fragile and it tears apart easily when handled. That's one of the reasons I wear at least one glove when I work with gold leaf. The other reason for the glove is to minimize the amount of oils transferring from my fingers. Getting oil onto the metal leaf can cause it to tarnish, but I don't want the application of the gold leaf to look perfect. I want the gold to look and feel unrefined, so I'm leaving parts of the white paint exposed. So far, I'm pleased with the way the gold is looking on the wall. I'm down here in Houston working on installing my art piece here at Meow Wolf, and it's coming together well. One of my favorite parts about working on this has been getting the opportunity to work amongst so many other artists and just getting to talk and share knowledge. One of the artists I met is Jasmine Zelaya, and her space was right around the corner from mine, and I would pass through there sometimes. I'd just stop in and say hi, chat a little bit, talk about art. Her piece is called Flower Face Room. I love coming into this space. I spent most of my day adding as many gold sheets to the wall as possible. My goal is to finish most of the gold leaf on 2 walls today, and we're getting it done. I need to be back in Austin for a few days, but I'm leaving the work in a good spot. I'm back home working on another part of the art project. In episode 2, I showed you how I struggled painting these speaker covers. They go up on the ceiling, so I wanted them to match the blue ceiling paint. I tried using a sponge to lightly dab paint onto the grills, but it looked blotchy and just really bad. But I found a better solution. The speaker covers could be gold accents on the ceiling. I decided to spray paint the grills gold, and I think it's okay to draw attention to them since music is a big part of this piece, and my friend Taz created a whole soundtrack that'll pump through those speakers. I think it's gonna work. I'm on my way back to Houston one last time to finish up my project at Meow Wolf. And it's been tough going back and forth from Houston to Austin every week and having to pack and repack. But it has been fun to have this big project to look forward to, and it's been great just to see the piece evolve and turn into what I had planned, and just to see it kind of take a life of its own. We have a couple of intense days just finishing up the last bits. I'm excited to see the finished piece, and I'm looking forward to other people enjoying it and seeing and hearing their reaction. It's exciting to have this piece being something that's out there that as a public can come and look at and enjoy. I'm on I-10. I just made it into Houston, and the forecast says it's going to be really hot this week, like triple digits.
Your destination is on the left.
We just checked into our Airbnb, and now we're pulling up to the Meow Wolf site. There's even more activity than before as the construction crew and the artists work on the space to get it ready before opening night. So we made it in, and we've been plugging away today. And so we've got that wall behind me. We got the gold leaf almost done, and we'll finish that by tonight. And we're in good shape. Like, look, we've got gold leaf on all the walls. There is a door frame over here that we need to get in. And you see this area right here. And I put some pink and blue marks because originally the plan was to maybe let some of that color pop through, but I don't think I'll love it. So I'm gonna pretty much cover all that up. Shane has been helping me out here. There's no way I would have gotten this done in the past couple weeks without the help. We're almost done. We need to do the edges of the ceiling a bit. And as you can see, I've got my gold speakers. And yeah, it looks like we're in good shape. We're on track to finish in like another day and a half. As I move the gold around, it breaks up into these tiny flakes. I've worked with gold leaf a lot before, but I've never worked with it at this scale. So if I was to do something like this again, I would be sure to wear a mask while I'm applying the gold leaf to prevent myself from breathing it in. Some of these gold flakes might be recycled into more art. A few days back, one night I was wrapping up, and Gonzo, the artist liaison for Houston, came in and he offered to sweep up the gold dust so I could pack up my stuff and get ready to head back to Austin. And I really appreciated that. That allowed me to just get going. Later on, Gonzo sent me this text message, and he said, "So something interesting came up. As I was sweeping the gold leaf, I was putting everything into a small Ziploc type bag to dispose of. Killjoy, the artist who's working downstairs, saw the bag and asked if it was trash. I said it was residual from your install, and she asked if she could keep it. I said yes, since it was debris. She asked if there was more. I told her once you start gold leaf in your room, there would be a lot of flakes. And she was wondering if every time you're done for the day, if she could have your floor sweeps instead of it going into the trash, and we could squeeze a little more life out of it." And I responded to Gonzo, "Sure, I think that's a great idea." So at the end of each night, I would sweep up my gold leaf and put it in a bag, and then I would go downstairs and pass it off to Killjoy. Her piece at Meow Wolf is called Laughing River, and she also makes her own paper pulp in her studio, and she experiments with putting different materials in. At some point, she may try to add some scraps of gold flakes into the paper, and she said if anything comes of it, she's going to give me one of the additions. On day 19, we finished most of the gold leafing. I originally planned to paint the baseboards blue, but I changed my mind and decided to make these random decorative marks with gold leaf, and I did the same on the edges of the ceiling. Could you turn back here, because that's where you align my eye. Okay, so this is the last day on site. At least I hope so. Yesterday, I didn't get to record much because it was just, it was a long, rough day. Just trying to get everything done, almost everything done. I had set a deadline for myself to get everything done by today because I have some stuff to take care of in Austin, so I need to get back to my studio. Yesterday, we finished the gold leaf, put on the protective coating, and did a lot of finishing touches. Today, there are just a few more things I need to do, like there are some plugs on the there's some electrical outlet covers that need to have the gold leaf added as well, so I'm taking care of that. We have, quite a bit of stuff in the room, just equipment and art supplies, so I'm gonna need to load that back up. Now I need to work on the electrical outlet covers. I wanted to match the gold walls, so I'm wrapping them with gold leaf. I stepped out for a minute to visit an artist on my last day on the site. Letty Gomez, also known as Cosmic Siren, was sort of my neighbor since her mural room was right around the corner from mine. Her piece is called The Silence Between Stations.
I'm an artist to be on social media. I'm like, I was looking at social media and I'm like, damn, that's a really good presence.
Yeah. For my day job, I was a journalist, so I think that helped a lot. One of the interesting things about her space is that she worked to make it more accessible to people who are visually impaired, and she works a lot of texture into her art and incorporated Braille into the piece. I was really hoping to meet the artist Janelle Langford before I left. Her piece is comprised of 6 rooms and is called Obsidian Odyssey. She's based in Santa Fe, and I heard that she hasn't made it down to Houston yet, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll run into her at the opening party. I'm taking one last look at my piece before I leave. I've always wondered what a room would look like with giant portraits and gold leaf. We haven't installed the colorful lighting yet, so the look and the mood of the room is going to be different from what you see right now. There's going to be a meeting today with Meow Wolf to just look over the room and make sure that they approve everything, and once they approve it, then we're done. So I'm really excited for it to be done, and really looking forward to seeing what the response is to the room. And just excited to see the reactions. My creative producer, Chelsea Minter Brindley, and production designer Rose Crayer did a walkthrough of my room. After they gave the final approval, we went over some paperwork to confirm the names of everyone who should be credited. And I also had to hand over some documents explaining how to care for the mural, and I had to give them a list of materials of everything I used in the project, even down to every single paint color. All right, I just had my final meeting for approval on my project, and it went well. They liked it, and they said it was good to work with, and it was good working with them too. And so I'm all done. So now back to Austin. We still have a couple more steps to put the final icing on the cake. Today we're testing out the lighting and the music. I could have gone to Houston in person, but I had the option of doing the test remotely instead of having to drive the 2.5 hours down to Houston. I'm working with production designers Izzy Hines and Rose Crayer and the rest of the crew. I'd already been playing around with some of the lighting ideas I had, and I used my scale model in the studio. My goal for the lighting is to make the gold walls pop even more, and for the light to switch to a dramatic pink when the music reaches a crescendo. The main colors are going to be yellow light facing the walls and blue lights aimed at the floor. We're playing with the music and the timing so I can feel just the right moment and the right time to change the colors of the lights.
I'll do the second one.
Yeah, we're trying again.
I want the walls to be pink for a few seconds.
Oh, sorry. She made me hit play.
And we're done. We still have one more episode in this series. Next time I'll take you to the opening party for all the Meow Wolf artists in Houston. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it.